What if it's proven eventually, doctor, that this goes beyond these two brothers? That changes this fear factor a lot, doesn't it?
It sure does. I mean, there's a comfort in imagining this is an isolated incident, right? That this is just something between these sort of band of two brothers. The thing we have to think about is that folks like this, from a psychological perspective, there's this sense of disenfranchisement that occurs, this sense of not belonging, of not feeling a part of.
Dr. Goldsher, how do you analyze this guy?
Well, Sean, we need to look no further than his own words. In this so-called suicide note he left that was found at his house, he said, "I'm a sexual predator." He's a sexual predator. That's his diagnosis. Sure, he was reportedly abused in his childhood. He suffered, he had hard times, but the bottom line is he became a rapist, a sexual predator, and a demented, scary, violent individual. Intimate partner homicide, it occurs a lot more than people realize, the killing of one intimate partner by another. The first and foremost, probably the most obvious, is a lack of remorse or guilt, and we certainly see this with Mr. Peterson. No remorse, no guilt. It's really disturbing to watch, looking at some of the psychological dynamics. This guy's in a good mood. He doesn't feel badly. He doesn't feel like he did anything, and has a light heart and mind, and is able to, quote, enjoy the media attention. Mr. Peterson is a narcissist, and he actually has what we call in the business narcissistic personality disorder. I think you're right that most people assume that we're talking only about teenagers, but as you heard from that statistic earlier, it's children under 12, it's 7-year-olds, it's 8-year-olds, it's 9-year-old little girls who are worried that they're, quote, fat. We're talking young kids, so this dialogue needs to start young with our children. It can be devastating on the body. It can impact growth itself amongst children. It can impact bone density, it can impact major organs, and in the worst and most awful case scenario, it can be fatal. Statistically speaking, violent crimes are on the rise, so we're going to have to figure out a way to talk to our kids about this if things like this keep happening. Tell your kids the truth. In an age-appropriate fashion, of course, but tell your kids the truth. Tell them what happened. Kids are wonderfully resilient, amazingly so. It's a great quality of theirs. Compartmentalization is actually a good thing for kids and for adults, by the way, when we're dealing with traumatic events, and escaping those feelings and those scary ideas and thoughts is a good thing, so allow them to do that. Is it ever okay to argue in front of the kids? The short answer to your question is no. They don't have a context for it. They don't see what got you into the fight. They don't see you make up, so it just becomes a source of concern.
Hillary Goldsher, wise words all. Thank you very, very much.